Dear students, today I am going to explain the phases of business cycle according to Professor Schumpeter. There are four phases of business cycle or trade cycle. Number one, expansion or boom. Number two, recession. Number three, depression or trough or contraction. Number four, recovery. This can be explained with the help of diagram uh, shown on the screen. On x-axis we take time, y-axis take output. Boom, recession, depression, recovery. Now, firstly I will explain expansion or boom. The phase of the business cycle represents the best stage of prosperity. The objective of the national economic policy of each country is to attain this stage. In this phase, hectic economic activities go on and factors of production are put to optimum use. Income or production is the maximum. Level of income is sufficiently high. The economy reaches full employment by removing unemployment. Beyond the stage of full employment, the economy experiences over full employment and hence rise in prices and wages. Prices rise very high. Wage rate is very high. All those persons who are willing to work get work at reasonable wages. Traders and industrialists earn huge profits. There is expansion in bank credit. All kinds of investment increase. Entrepreneurs expand their business by borrowing from the banks. There is increase in consumption expenditure, consequently demand also increases. Rate of interest rises, however, rise in rate of interest is less than the rise in the rate of profit. As such, there is lot of inducement to invest on the part of the entrepreneurs. All the entrepreneurs and traders become optimists, share prices rise, and there is all-round increase in investment. Second stage is recession. Under the phase of prosperity, the entrepreneurs make investment in certain ventures which do not prove to be profitable. Their optimism gives way to pessimism. Investment shows signs of decline. Many enterprises are closed down. Unemployment spreads and income of the people falls. As a matter of fact, beyond the stage of full employment, any increase in investment is followed by increase in interest, wages and other costs. Consequently, prices rise sharply, causing fall in demand. Fall in demand obliges the firms to sell their stocks at reduced prices. This paves the way for recession. In this phase, there is fall in the income and output. Workers are rendered unemployed. Prices begin to fall. Wages fall. Profits fall. There is contraction of bank credit. Fall in investment sets in motion the reverse action of the multiplier. Demand of the consumers for various goods fall. There is sharp decline in the stocks of goods. There is feeling of doubt and fear among the people. Third stage is depression or contraction. Once the process of recession starts, it becomes almost difficult to stop the growth. It goes on gathering momentum and ends in hopeless depression. Consequently, economic activities are faced with depression or contraction. Level of output and employment is extremely low. There is heavy fall in prices and wages. Prices of goods fall much more than wages and interest, resulting into heavy losses to the entrepreneurs and traders. Workers are hit adversely because of widespread unemployment. Phases in this phase, salient features are: number one, level of output and income is low, unemployment increases, wages, interest, and other costs decline, price level falls, volume of profit falls sharply, cash reserves with the banks pile up and demand for credit falls, old and worn out machines are not replaced, hence demand for capital goods falls, demand for consumer goods falls, There is an all-round decline in investment causing reverse action of multiplier and accelerator. People grow pessimist. It affects economy adversely. Fourth stage is recovery stage. It is worth noting that depression phase cannot last forever. During the phase of depression, the entrepreneurs do not even replace machines and other capital goods. Production falls considerably. Stocks of goods are at their lowest. Even during the phase of depression, a situation does arise wherein shortage of goods is experienced. Need for replacement of machines becomes so imperative that the entrepreneurs are obliged to buy new machines to replace old and worn out ones. It results into more demand for capital goods. Investment in capital goods industries is increased. As a result of it, interaction of multiplier and accelerator comes into play and there is increase in income. Demand for goods rises. There is increase in output and employment. Thus, the economy gradually moves from depression to recovery. The wave of recovery, once initiated, begins to feed up itself. The main features of recovery are: number one, replacement investment results into increase in income and output. Employment increases. Demand for consumption and production goods rises. Prices begin to look up. There are more profits. Costs increase relatively less. Investment increases. Demand for bank loans and advances increases. Pessimism gives place to optimism. Thank you.